Angela Giordano, and I am excited to welcome you to our Falcon live chat this morning, which will be focusing on student well-being. We'll be featuring members from the care team and the Centers for Health Counseling and Wellness. And before we get started, and I'll have my colleagues introduce themselves in just a moment, before we get started, I just have a couple of housekeeping items to go over with you. So just first, noting that your camera might be turned on, so feel free to click stop video on your screen if you would like to turn your camera off. And second is that we've muted everyone's audio. So if you do find that your audio is turned on, could you please just switch it off so we don't have any background noise that's distracting during the presentation. And then third, feel free to type any questions that you have during today's live chat into the chat box. You'll be able to send messages to the entire group of us tuning in, but you can also send private messages if you want as well. And we'll have some time reserved at the end of today's live chat to answer those questions and others that might come up. So we'll get started this morning, and I'll have my colleagues introduce themselves and share with you who's here today. Margaret, you want to start?
Yep. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bentley. I'm Margaret Fitzgerald, and I'm the Associate Director of the Health Center and a nurse practitioner.
Hi, everyone. My name is Peter Forkner, and I'm the Director of the Counseling Center.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Erin Thompson, and I'm the Case Manager for the care team here at Bentley.
And again, Angela Giordano here, Health Promotion Specialist with the Office of Wellness and Health Promotion. So we'll get started by focusing on the Centers for Health Counseling and Wellness. And on this screen, you'll see just our mission statement. So just to tell you a little bit more about how our offices work and operate with each other across the campus. So we're very collaborative, and we work together to help meet our students' physical, mental, and behavioral health needs. We do this with use of best practices in each of our respective areas, and communication and collaboration that integrates our services across these areas for each of our students here at Bentley. So throughout our chat today, you'll hear more about the specifics from each of our centers and what we do. And we will start with the health center.
Okay, the health center is located on the ground floor of Rhodes Hall, which is right across from the Student Center, so it's easy to get to and visible. Our phone number is 781-891-2222. And the health center is staffed by several experienced nurse practitioners, a physician director, a registered nurse, and we do have consultant doctors from Children's Hospital, and we have a nutritionist. And we treat and manage many health conditions and minor injuries, provide a lot of health education and information. We do laboratory testing. We administer immunizations, and we can provide referrals to specialists as needed. And the health center's services are available to all full-time students, irregardless of what kind of insurance you have. We have same-day appointments are usually available. We encourage students to either call or walk in the morning, and urgent issues will be seen right away. Any emergencies on campus, you do want to call University Police, and they're available 24/7 at 781-891-3131. Services in the health center are completely confidential. No medical information is shared with anyone without your written consent, unless you're having a life-threatening emergency or you can't speak for yourself. The cost to go to the health center, there are no charges to be seen. If you have a prescription that gets written for you, your co-payment would depend on what your insurance would be. You should bring your insurance card with you, as well as a credit card for payment. And when we talk about the portal, I'll mention uploading your insurance card, so we do have that information. Immunizations will be charged to your health insurance or given a receipt, which you can get reimbursed by your insurance company for. The immunizations are fully covered if you're on the school plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and any kind of laboratory testing would get charged to your personal health insurance. Our office hours are right here on the screen. We are open Monday through Friday during the day, There is after-hours care at the Newton Wellesley Urgent Care Center, and there's the local emergency rooms. And if you call campus police, they will be happy to transport you to an urgent care on the weekend if you need to go and pick you up. And they'll go to the Newton Wellesley Urgent Care, and they'll take you to the hospital as well, as long as it's safe for you to do that. Otherwise, if they feel you need an ambulance, they would call for an ambulance. And on other healthcare options on our website, we do list local pharmacies and other places for care, and all that information is there. I'm going to talk a few minutes about health insurance because all full-time students in Massachusetts are required to have health insurance, and international students are automatically enrolled in the school plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield. All students are pre-billed, so if you can have proof of comparable insurance, you can waive it and you can get that off your bill, and that should be done by August 1st. And Student Financial Services manages that, but you go to the University Health Plan's website in order to waive the plan, or if you want to enroll in it, you can do that too. If you live out of state, I would recommend you really find out what your benefits are in Massachusetts under your current plan, what the restrictions are, and the in-network, out-of-network benefits. And if you're unsure or concerned about coverage, I would look at the school plan and make sure that you get it. This is just a slide that goes over the benefits and the cost of the Blue Shield plan through the school. And this slide talks about dental and vision insurance that you can also get through the University Health Plan, so you can check that out at the website. There is tuition insurance that's offered through Liberty Mutual, and Student Financial Services offers that. And on the next slide, you'll see what that covers, and also the websites to where to go for that information. Tuition insurance, you can get a different range of coverage depending on what you want, and the cost is different depending on the coverage. But if you were to get $25,000 a semester, it would cost about $550 for the year. I highly encourage it because it would pay for your tuition should you have to leave during the middle of a semester for unforeseen circumstances that regard your health or an injury. This is a list of the required and recommended immunizations that we need as part of a Massachusetts state requirement. These immunization documents were due or are due July 1st. So I thank all students that are working hard to get those all into us. There's a few recommended vaccines which you can get, but they're not mandatory. So please just look at those required especially, and get those records into us. I am going to talk a little bit about, on the next slide, how to enter your immunization information and complete some of the health requirements through the portal. This is going to be required by the time you attend classes, and if it's not completed, there may be a non-refundable fee involved, as well as a health hold on your account through the registrar's office. So please don't ignore this. What you're going to need to do is log on to your health portal via bentley.medicatconnect.com, and you're going to go through the steps, and on the next slide it'll show you what the home page looks like when you log on. And if you follow the steps in there and do everything and read everything, you should do fine. I am going to have a Zoom video of how to use the portal on the Health Center website, and it's also going to be on the Orientations website in the student newsletter. So I encourage you to look at that, to just go through it and make sure that you are following the instructions. But real briefly right now, I'm just looking at, you go to the forms to fill out your health history and TB risk questionnaire. It's really important on the immunizations that you enter all the dates of your immunizations. And I'm going to, on the next slide, which I don't want clicked on quite yet, because I want to go through the other steps. If you're a non-international student, if you could upload your insurance card and make sure you're checking any messages from healthcenter@bentley.edu, because that's the way the nurse will communicate and let you know what you're missing. After your records have been verified, which will take several days to do, you'll be able to log on and check what you're missing by clicking on the immunization page and then the what am I missing. So on the next slide is what the immunization page looks like, and you can see the list of all the required vaccines, which you can scroll down. And we've had a lot of students calling and asking, do they have to submit the vaccine doses themselves and a titer? You don't need to do that. We just need either the documentation that you received the vaccine, documentation of the disease, or the titers. You do not need to do all. And as you're entering everything, you hit submit, and it'll say that it needs to get verified, which just means that the nurse hasn't verified everything yet. Okay. We are going to hold a student immunization health clinic on the 21st for undergrads it's actually we're hoping we will start at 8 a.m. and it'll go to 3 p.m. in the pub in room 255. At check-in, you will be checked to see that you've submitted everything, and if you haven't, then you're going to have to go over to this health clinic and get seen. So again, you want to complete everything so you don't get held up on move-in day. And the cost of any vaccines, you'll get charged to your health insurance plan. And if there's any issues with that, you may have to pay by cash or check or credit card. Just some additional advice. Please do come and see us in our office during the work week, the work week while we're there, because it'll be a free visit for you, and we should be able to handle and manage what's going on in terms of your health needs so that you don't have any problems over the weekends. And if you have any insurance questions, you can go to the university health plans. You can go to our website and look at the Getting Started tab. Again, it goes through a lot of what I just went over, and be knowledgeable about your health insurance, how it works, where you're going to go at night or on the weekends. Keep your card with you. And that's it. Thank you for listening. Here's my contact information, as well as Carrie Hughes, our registered nurse, who will be able to answer immunization questions. And if you have time we have time at the end of this webinar, I will give some more tips on the portal and using the portal. And please let us know here at this webinar if you're having any trouble or you have questions. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is Peter Faulkner again from the Counseling Center. The Counseling Center is located in the Callahan building on the second floor. Most recognizably, the Callahan building is the police station. So we're actually located at a side entrance on the second floor. And you can reach us by phone at 781-891-2274. So at the Counseling Center, we have 6 licensed psychologists, 3 doctoral interns who are doctoral students from other universities who are coming to our office. And we also have a consulting psychiatrist who comes into the office about 11 hours a week. So the Counseling Center does quite a bit, but most of all, what I like to explain to people is that we meet with all students who are experiencing any mental health related distress. So I want to be clear that there are no problems that are too small or problems that are too big for us to help you with. And so don't think that we're not going to be able to help you. We have everybody in our office are experts in college mental health, and we'll be able to sort of figure out what's going on and point you in the right direction. So if you do want to be seen by us, you can call to make an appointment, or you can just walk into our office and make an appointment. And when you come to that first meeting, you'll be able to sit down with somebody and they'll ask you a lot of questions about what's been going on and get a good sense of your history and and then be able to figure out, okay, this is what you need to do to get back to a good baseline. Now, if appropriate, the counseling center can provide you with short-term individual and group counseling. So all of our staff are able to meet with you individually, if appropriate, on a short-term basis to help you resolve whatever you're going through. We also have a really thriving group program. So for many students who come in, a lot of the problems that they are facing are ones that are best addressed in group counseling. And so we've invested a lot into that program, and the students who have gone through it have really enjoyed it. It's a little, I'd say, scary for students at first to sort of be meeting with other people and talking about what's been going on with them. But I can assure you, based on all the data that we've collected and the people we've talked to, that the people who go through our group counseling program are the most satisfied with our services. We also offer workshops that help students learn how to deal with stress, help deal with emotion regulation, and really some good skills for navigating the stress of college life. For those students who would prefer to be seen off campus, or maybe their presenting issue is better treated off campus because they need specialized care or more long-term or consistent care, we will be able to help you out with a referral. We have great relationships with providers in the community, some that are located close to campus, so that we can make sure that you're getting the help you need to be a successful student. As I mentioned at the last slide, we also have a psychiatrist on staff. That psychiatrist is available for students who've never been on medication and are seen by our individual therapists. So for instance, if somebody comes in and they've never been on medication before, they're meeting with one of our staff, we might say, you know, this would be someone who would be a good idea to meet with our psychiatrist and just see if medication might be helpful. Unfortunately, we are not able to provide psychiatric or medication services for students who are already stable on medication. So if you are coming in already taking psychiatric medication, I encourage you to work with your psychiatrist to see if that's something that you can continue getting prescriptions from that person, or if you know, because of state laws or things like that, you need to transfer your care to another psychiatrist closer to Bentley, we'd be happy to help you out with that. But certainly, these are all discussions you should be having with your providers before coming to campus, and not necessarily assuming that Bentley is going to be able to provide you with exactly what you need to be successful. But I want to also emphasize that regardless of whether you're getting psychological or psychiatric care on campus or off campus or from home, you're always available to come into the counseling center if you're having an emergency or in crisis or need to consult. So of course, giving us a heads up that you're coming in is always helpful, but if you just need to walk in and say, I need to see somebody as soon as possible, we'll figure out, you know, our office is very busy, but we certainly will figure out a way to get somebody to see you as soon as possible. So don't ever hesitate if you're struggling and need to see somebody right away. Just come right in. I often get the question of, okay, so what kind of issues do you see at the counseling center? And so I'd say for you students who are coming in, most often we do see a lot of students coming in just having a difficult time adjusting to Bentley. You know, it's obviously a very difficult transition, learning the ropes of a new environment, you know, dealing with roommates, the stress of the college environment. And so we certainly see a lot of students, and we can sort of help you sort of manage that stress and give you strategies for becoming successful. We see a lot of students for stress. We see things like anxiety, people who worry excessively. We see people who have depression or just, you know, some real issues with sadness. We help a lot with relationship or family concerns. So people, if you're struggling with your relationships from home or your relationships on campus, or maybe something's going on with your family, we'd be happy to talk to you about it and help you develop some solutions to those problems. We see students who are struggling with alcohol and drug use. Certainly coming to college, there tends to be a lot of experimentation, but sometimes that experimentation gets out of control. And so I want you to feel comfortable coming to our office and talking to us about that so we can point you in the right direction. And we also see a fair amount of students who are dealing with grief. where people lose loved ones, and so certainly I want you all to see us as a resource in that case. Some important things to note. Services are part of the cost of attendance, which means that you don't have to pay anything additional to come to the counseling center. So you don't have to bring an insurance card. You don't have to bring any extra money. We are not going to charge you. So just feel free to come in, and don't see that as a barrier to coming in. Also important to emphasize is that our services are confidential, which means they're protected by law. So without your explicit written permission, we are not able to tell people that you've been what you've discussed with us, or even that if you've been there. It's actually not uncommon for me to get a phone call from a parent right after, maybe you've come in for an appointment, and right after the appointment you call a parent just to say how things went, and then that parent will call me, and they'll say, oh, I know my son or daughter was just there. I'd like to talk about a few things. And if I don't have a release on file saying that you're giving us explicit permission to do so, I have to tell that parent, I'm sorry, I can't even confirm or deny whether that person has been here. And obviously that can make for awkward circumstances, but we really want to make people feel comfortable that you have control over your record, you have control over whom we talk to. There are, as Margaret had discussed earlier, there are some circumstances where we would be forced to break confidentiality, but those are in very extreme circumstances. And we would always outline for you exactly the circumstances when that would happen. So please feel comfortable coming in, and that this isn't going to go to anybody in the university, and it's not going to go to anybody at home without your permission. And so like other offices on campus, we're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. And again, to make an appointment, you can just give us a call or walk in to make an appointment. So other things that the Counseling Center does, we do a fair amount of outreach. So we will go into different classrooms, or maybe we'll go different places on campus or in the residential halls to sort of promote positive mental health, or to decrease the stigma of getting help when you need it. We also hold a number of large-scale events such as Fresh Check Day, which you will hear about more as we get closer to the beginning of the year. Sometime in September, we will have, it's almost like a fair-style event where we will have different booths where you get to do activities that are on mental health and positive mental health and suicide awareness. And it's a really great event that we have hundreds of students attend every year. And it's, I think, going to be our 4th annual one. And I wish I had a date to give you right now, but I don't. But certainly remember Fresh Check Day. And when you see an email go out advertising it, I do hope you will make time in your schedule to come on by. We also provide consultation services. So even if you yourself are doing okay, but you know somebody who you care about, or whether it's somebody at home or somebody on campus, and you're not sure how to deal with that situation, how to talk to that person, we're certainly able to help you out there, and you know, sort of an expert in mental health, and be able to help you navigate that situation. This might also lead to you submitting a care report, which is something that Aaron will get into in a moment, but certainly we will guide you in those respects. And certainly if parents or staff or faculty call as well, we serve that for them as well.
All right, hello again. So this is Angela Giordano, the Health Promotion Specialist, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Office of Wellness and Health Promotion. We are also located in the Callahan building, as you'll see, on the 2nd floor, so co-located with the Counseling Center, and again, above University Police. Our number to reach us is 781-891-2600. And in our office, there are 2 full-time staff, including myself, and then our Director of Wellness and Health Promotion, Jessica Greer-Trawa. And so what you'll see on this slide is the range of services and ways to connect with our office, and things that we do on campus when we're thinking about our students and student well-being and building skills, and just awareness of how you take care of yourself and practice self-care while you're here at Bentley, and then taking that with you beyond Bentley as well. So what you'll see kind of on the left side of the screen is we do offer some one-on-one appointments, so including health coaching. So students might come in and chat with myself or Jessica to talk about how Perhaps they have a goal around nutrition or exercise or sleep, and they're not really sure where to start, and they're interested in getting more information about what resources are available, setting some goals around some behavior change, and just figuring that out with some support. So we are happy to do that with any student who is interested, so get in touch with us. We also provide private consultations around substance use, so alcohol, marijuana, or other substances. So if you're interested in just having a chat about that with one of us, we're happy to do that, and we can always connect you to further resources around those topics as well. And then you'll see under that we do offer nicotine and tobacco cessation. So if you're someone who vapes or smokes cigarettes and you're interested in cutting back on that or cutting that out, as we are a smoke-free campus here at Bentley, we can work with you on that and connect again to other services and help and counseling as needed to support you in that process. You'll see that we do other leadership trainings, group presentations. We're often out on campus talking to students about well-being topics. We provide campus events that aid in stress reduction, how to improve your sleep, among other topics. And you'll also see that we have a peer education group that runs out of our office that we advise, who are our peer leadership team that's bringing these topics of health and well-being to their peers on our campus. If that's something you're interested in, maybe you have some just interest in these topic areas or getting involved in that way on campus, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to connect you with that team and find a way for you to get involved with our office and what we do. And then on the bottom, you'll see both on the left and right, we do offer weekly fitness and stress reduction classes. So that announcement goes out every semester about what's being offered for the fitness and stress reduction classes that you can sign up for, register for. And then we offer a mindfulness and meditation 4-week class that is free, the mindfulness class that we'll be offering again, I think at least 2 times in the fall and then again in the spring semester. So if you're interested in learning more about that or building your own practice, or maybe sticking with a practice you already have but maybe gaining new skills, you can sign up for that as well. On the next slide, you'll just see some pictures that are highlights of our programs over the past year. So we, as I said, we do a lot of large scale events. So we have Consent Day that happens annually in the spring. We get a lot of student involvement. We have some wellness educator programs highlighted there, both on our Instagram platform, which I'll share the handle of later, as well as just pop-ups that we host in our student center. So that's a really great place. You might see us at a table doing an activity or a program. Come say hello. You'll see one of the therapy dogs on the screen as well. So that is one of our signature programs. Typically there are therapy dogs on campus at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. And yeah, some of our other programs. One thing I'll highlight is the Fall into Healthy Habits Challenge. So as you're transitioning to campus, you might be thinking, okay, not sure exactly how I want to integrate my health behaviors while I'm here. That's a great way to learn about resources, but also if you're starting to build those habits while you're here at Bentley, you can earn points towards winning a prize. So be on the lookout for signups for that when you get to campus. Okay, so on this slide, when we're thinking about your own well-being and what are some things you might consider before you get to campus. So when we talk to our students, we ask them what gets in the way of their academic success, and they tell us a number of things. These are the ones you see listed on the slide are the most students are reporting that these are getting in the way. So stress, difficulties with sleep, anxiety, flu, cold or sore throat, work or overcommitment. So not finding that balance, maybe having too much going on and not necessarily being able to take care of themselves and really do well in their academic pursuits as well. So these are some pieces that we want you to consider, because transitioning to campus is definitely going to be a transition. You're going to have to establish new routines and figure out what works for you while you're here. So you're going to be sleeping in a new environment, and you're going to have a conversation with your roommate about how to navigate that, so you're getting enough rest to feel ready to take on the next day. We want to have you think about how you manage your own stress. So you might think about what works for you now when you have feelings of stress and what you might bring with you to campus. What are the relationships and supports that you rely on that you might tap into while you're here, and also building new connections while you're here. So Bentley has a very vibrant community with lots of opportunities to get involved and get connected to your peers. So finding ways to do that and knowing also that that does take time, and being okay with the fact that it does take time to build those connections. And then also just finding ways to again find that balance and what works for you, and so celebrating your successes along the way and knowing that we're here to support you if you are finding that there's anything challenging. So please come talk to any of our offices, to get connected, and get some more resources to support you in your transition here. And so lastly, I will turn it over to Erin Thompson, who's going to talk about our care team.
Hi again, everyone. My name is Erin Thompson, and I'm the care team case manager here at Bentley. Our care team is a multidisciplinary team of staff members, and we work to promote safety and well-being for our campus community. We do this by assessing and responding to non-urgent reports of concerning student behavior submitted by Bentley staff, faculty, students, and family and friends. We recognize that college can be a very exciting time, but also challenging. Our care team works to cultivate a culture of care and compassion on campus and wants you all to know that it's okay to ask for help for yourself or a fellow student if you experience mental health, physical health, academic, or other challenges. If you are worried about a fellow Bentley student and share a concern with our team, this report could be what helps get the student connected to the campus resources they need or provide our team with additional information about the student that helps us to more appropriately reach out. So on this slide are some examples of the types of concerns that may prompt students to submit a care report. The care report can be submitted online by using the link on our website, which is at the bottom of this slide. And something important to note is that care reports are only checked during business hours and are not for urgent concerns. If you have an urgent concern or you're unsure if the concern is urgent, we ask that you call University Police, who is available 24/7, and their number is also listed at the bottom, which is 781-891-3131, and is a great number to have programmed in your contacts in your phone so you have that easily accessible.
So, in wrapping up, here are our websites. So if you want to look for more information, you can find it here, as well as the contact information. And know that these slides will be available for you online as well later to go back and refer to. And then at the bottom there, if you do have a device with you at the moment, a cell phone, and you are an Instagram user, we ask you open that up right now and give us a follow at Bentley_health. That's where you'll find lots of great information coming out of our area on student well-being, and a great way to stay connected to opportunities to get involved as well. Just a reminder, some upcoming deadlines. So Margaret had mentioned these two for the health center, that immunization requirements are due by July 1st, which is very soon. And then health insurance, knowing that you are to enroll or waive the student health insurance plan by August 1st. So you can do that up until that date. And then for wellness and health promotion from our area, you will be asked to complete 2 online education courses, one for alcohol, EDU, and one for sexual assault prevention. And more information will be coming on that later this summer. So be sure to check your email. If you have questions, let us know. And so for now, we are done sharing some information about our areas and would like to open it up to some Q&A. We also have some frequently asked questions that we typically get that Lauren will be helping us with.
Yes, hello everyone. My name's Lauren and I work with orientation. So I'm going to be asking you all some questions. Here we go. So our first question that we had here a little bit earlier was kind of asking more about like cost and things like that for visiting the health center, and like health insurance and kind of like what that pricing looks like.
Okay, so I have a slide that will be posted on the website. This webinar will be posted, which goes over costs with the insurance. You can go to universityhealthplans.com though, and then click Bentley, and that will take you to cost too. The plan for the full year is $19.19, I think, or 19 something. For the plan, and that covers you for 12 months, August 14th or 15th till the following 15th, and it does cover you out of the country as well. And then as far as health center costs, The visit is free. We do not charge a bill to be seen. We would only charge a fee if that would be for laboratory testing that needed to get sent out. That would get billed to your insurance company. And then if you're on the student health plan, the vaccines are all covered 100%. If you have private insurance and are getting a vaccine, if it's not through OSCO, who we will have on campus administering vaccines, we would give you a receipt for the cost of the vaccine, but OSCO will bill your insurance directly.
Okay, thank you. So there's another question here. It says, where do I go for medical care when the health center is closed?
Okay, so we have a list of healthcare options on our website that you can see, but you want to call campus police if there's an emergency or anything urgent. I would also check your insurance plan and see what options you have under your plan. With the school plan, you can go to Newton Wellesley Urgent Care on Hope Ave, which is very close, and campus police can drive you and pick you up. There's a lot of local small urgent cares that you, again, just check your insurance and see if it's covered, and look at our healthcare option sheet for more specifics.
Okay. And then how would a student make an appointment to the counseling or health centers?
So you have both of our numbers, 781-891-2222 is for the health center, and 781-891-2274 is for the counseling center. And all you have to do is just call and say you want to make an appointment. You're also welcome to drop by and make an appointment. Generally, unless it's an emergency for the counseling center, you will not be able to get a same-day appointment. However,
at the health center, we do try to see everyone the same day if it works for your schedule. And you can always speak to a nurse or the nurse practitioner if you just have a question and are unsure whether you need to get seen. So please just call our office and express what you need. And we will definitely do our best to see you. And anything urgent or emergency, we would see you right away. So don't hesitate to call us or walk in.
Okay, so the next question is about the care team. So how anonymous is the care reporting process?
So we don't explicitly share who submitted a care report with the student of concern, though depending on the type of details that are included in the report, sometimes that might, I guess, kind of give more details. But we ask for your name when you submit a report so we can follow up with you if we need more information. And we also recognize that in supporting another student who might be struggling, that this can be tough sometimes. So we also want to make sure that you're connected to the resources that you need.
Okay. And then, so if I wanted to get involved in health and wellness here on campus, how would I go about doing that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think probably the best way to do that is to get in touch with Wellness and Health Promotion. And we have our wellness educator group, as I talked about earlier, so our peer education group. If you're interested in taking on that kind of commitment and that role, we'd be happy to get you involved. And then the other ways, I would say, if there's like a particular topic of interest or perhaps something you're learning about in the classroom that you're interested in applying outside of the classroom to campus, and we'd be also happy to work with you in thinking about how you might do that. We're constantly looking for volunteers for some of our larger campus-wide events, so there are ways to get involved just even in kind of a one-off capacity as well if there's a topic that is interesting to you that you want to kind of learn more about from that side of it. So just I would say call us in Wellness and Health Promotion or give us an email and we will follow up.
Great, thank you. So is it all right if a student has not completed their immunization requirements before they start school?
The state of Massachusetts requires that you be fully vaccinated in order to be in class or living on the campus. So you absolutely need to get this done, and we will be available the day of move-in if you still need anything. The only sort of exception would be students who, say, for example, had never received hepatitis B, which has to be given 3 doses over 6 months. As long as you have started the series in the summer and got it, you may not have fully completed it, but you're starting it, and then you will not be withheld from class or from campus, or be charged a penalty fee. So just, again, you need to get started though, and especially, we concerned this year with the measles, that everyone be properly vaccinated, as well as be properly screened for tuberculosis. If you have any of the yeses to the risk questionnaire, and you need to make sure that you are tested for TB and not just submit a negative x-ray. You have to have testing so that you receive proper preventative treatment if needed. And we will be checking this at check-in, that you have filled the questionnaire out accurately and verifying it, especially students that are coming from high-risk countries.
Okay. And then I have another question here too about food allergies. So if a student has food allergies, who should they contact at Bentley about this?
So that would be, right now, would be Laura Klotz, C-L-O-T-Z. That's from Sodexo. She's the dietitian. And I would just call the main number and ask for Laura. I don't have her contact information. But I believe her last name is spelled K-L-O-T-Z. And then would just be an L before it, at bentley.edu.
Great. Okay. And then, Margaret, did you have some tips for using the portal?
Sure. Just a couple of things. Sometimes students have trouble logging on. You need to make sure that you are logging on after you've logged into Office 365 and changed your default email password. Okay, you can't use your email password that you were using to log on to the admissions portal. Make sure you're using a Bentley short name, which is everything to the left of the @ sign. If you're having trouble after that, then clear your browser, your cache, or cookies. And just another tip, when you're manually entering the immunizations, make sure you're not mixing up the there's 2 different meningitis vaccines. Make sure you're entering the proper one in the proper location. One of them is required, the Menactor Minovio. The Men B is not required, it's a recommended. So just make sure you're putting them in the right location. And again, you just need proof of the disease or a titer or the vaccines. You do not need to fill in all those drop-down menus, okay? Make sure your immunization record or any records have your name and date of birth on it. Make sure that they're legible. If we can't understand the language or what it is, we are going to require that you fill out, or have a physician's going to fill out, not you, the immunization record form from Bentley. Okay. Make sure that if you are at risk for TB, that we get the TB medical provider form, and that needs to be completed in full from step 1 to 3. Another important point is, please look out for your emails from us, so that we are letting you know what you still need to get, so you don't have to worry about this when you arrive. And I think that's about it. Just a reminder for students under 18, you will need to have we will need to get a consent to treat under 18 form that your parents have to fill out. And if you go to the uploads page and scroll all the way down, you'll be able to view all the documents that you have previously uploaded, in case you forget or not sure if it uploaded correctly. Okay, and thanks so much. I know it's a lot of steps and some work, but it's very important, and we really appreciate you being on top of getting those things in.
Yes. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap us up for today. Thank you all for participating, and thank you to everybody that has tuned in today.
Hi.